Welcome to The Thought Card, a podcast about travel and money, where planning, saving, and creativity leads to affording travel, building wealth, and paying off debt. We are the Financially Savvy Travelers. Hey, Financially Savvy Travelers. Welcome to the wrap-up finale episode of Season 3 of the Thought Card podcast. My name is Danielle Desir, and I am super excited that you are here listening and tuning in today. Now, as a wrap-up episode, I really wanted to share with you all some life updates, as well as to let you know when I'll be back with new episodes. So if you've been listening to the show for a little while, I always take the summers off. This allows me a chance to travel, allows me a chance to explore, to get some rest, and to really bring you guys some new and fresh content. So I will be taking the summer off, and I'll be back with new episodes Thursday, September 10th. Again, that is Thursday, September 10th. I'll be back with brand new episodes. But in the meantime, I highly encourage you to go back to listen to any of our over 50 episodes from our archives right now. Again, the Thought Card podcast is all about making travel a financial priority, but also making sure that we have the finances in hand to do the things that we really want to do in life outside of travel. And I'm a big proponent for financial independence and being free of debt. So you'll find a lot of different episodes all talking about travel, money, paying off debt, building wealth. And again, there's over 50 episodes right now, which I'm super excited and super proud about. So just to wrap up this season finale, I wanted to share with you guys some life updates. So I got engaged, and if you haven't listened to episodes with my fiance, his name is Kyle, you could listen to our episodes together. In episode 48, we talk about our trip to China. Episode 47, we were actually recording an episode live, climbing the Great Wall of China together. And we actually also have a couple of Disney episodes together. So if you go back to episode 37, we talk about Disney World versus Universal. And we have episode 36 together, all about our experience at the Avatar Flight of Passage. So if you want to get to know us personally and hear more about our crazy adventures together, those are great episodes to tune in. But yeah, we got engaged during the quarantine in March, and we are planning a wedding. And I'm so excited to, begin to plan our lives together. And yeah, I'm really excited. And Kyle told me to tell you guys that's the first thing I had to talk about in this episode today. So just to give you guys an update. So yeah, in the podcast, I'm hoping in the next episode, I'll be able to give you more updates on the wedding planning process. I am not a big proponent for having like a huge wedding and getting into a lot of debt. And I am really looking forward to starting to plan a wedding in an affordable, but also has everything that we're looking for. Like, we're looking to have family and friends, lots of food, lots of drinks, a really good time spending time with each other. And we decided that we wanted to have a backyard wedding. Now, with the pandemic and the effects of that, we're really not sure when we can gather and have our family and friends be there to celebrate our marriage and wedding. So in the meantime, I'm saving up money. I'm stashing up my coins so that when we can, we have the finances and the backing to do that. So I'm really excited about that. That's a really big update. And next time we have Kyle on the podcast, we can talk all about our engagement story. Because again, we literally got engaged in my kitchen with my PJs on. I was looking a hot mess. My nails were atrocious. So there'll be a good story to tell soon. Now, during the pandemic, I was actually working on my third book. So if you are new to me, I am really obsessed and I love writing books. And I wrote my first book last year. It's called Iceland, Nature, Nurture, and Adventure. And it really shares how to plan an affordable, adventurous, and culturally enriching trip to Iceland. I've been to Iceland 3 times, and I packaged pretty much everything I know about Iceland into that travel guide. I will leave a link to that book in the show notes as well for you, so you could check it out if you have an interest in traveling to Iceland. Now, the second book that I wrote again last year, last November, is called Affording Travel, Saving Strategies for Financially Savvy Travelers. And I talk all about that book in episode number 50. And I even share some of my tips for new authors in episode 51. So definitely head back in the archives to tune into those episodes, and you could grab a copy of my book by heading over to the links in the show notes. Now, my third book is called Traveling with a Full-Time Job. And I really wanted to say thank you to Samara D from Budget to Be Free. She actually gave me this idea to write about traveling with a full-time job. It's something I know really well. I have a 9-to-5 job, and that has not held me back from traveling to over 27 countries right now. So I really wanted to write a book that encourages folks who have full-time jobs to know that, hey, you do have the time to travel. There could be challenges for sure. However, it can be done. And I've enlisted so many amazing avid travelers who have full-time jobs and have full-time careers to also share their tips and knowledge with us in the book. So I'm really excited about that release. Now, that book, again, Traveling with a Full-Time Job, is set to come out September 5th. However, you can pre-order a copy today so that you can be one of the first people to get your hands on the book as soon as it comes out. So I will leave links again to everything that we talk about in this episode, including the links to my books. So I'm really excited about this book. I'm excited about all my books, but I'm excited about this book because, again, like for me, when I'm writing books, especially now, I really want to write books for folks who have an aspiration and who want to do more traveling. And the two biggest things holding people back is what? Number one, time. Actually, number one is actually money. And then number two is time. So I want to, as much as possible, to eliminate those barriers. So that's why I wrote the third book that is going to be set out to release in September. So yeah, so definitely check out my new book that's coming out. I will be definitely talking about that more in season 4 when I get back. But that's really the update. So I spent a lot of the quarantine waking up early and writing this book. And I had a lot of fun writing it and also interviewing a bunch of folks to contribute to that. So I think that's really it for updates. Yeah, I'm getting engaged. I'm engaged. So yeah, I think that's it for updates. I'm engaged and I have a new book that's coming out in the early fall. And I think for the summer, what I'm hoping to do for my summer plans is we're looking into doing more local travel and more road trips. So I live in Connecticut and there's just so much to do. So many hiking trails, so many breweries. The breweries, the wineries. Like we have a lot of things going for us here in Connecticut, and it's not something that I highlight nearly as much as I want to. So I will be doing a lot of exploring my hometown. And also I would love to visit a couple of other places that's not too far. So originally we would have loved to gone to Disney like we usually go every year, but we're sticking to road trips and staying within a 3-4 hour mile radius from home. And hopefully we can even bring our dog Jay with us. So that would be really, really fun. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated with new updates for the summer when I get back in September. But in the meantime, I wanted to leave you guys with some call to action, some ways that you can connect with me outside of the podcast and we can keep in touch. So number one, I actually do have a Facebook group. It's called Financially Savvy Travelers on Facebook. Again, I'll have the links in the show notes for you. And this is a community that I love this community. We talk all about travel and money. We have interesting conversations, and honestly, it feels like we're all friends. And I know a lot of people personally in that group. So if you're looking for more folks to surround yourself who have a passion for travel and also who want to, who are passionate about money and want to get their money right, highly recommend joining us, Financially Savvy Travelers. We also have a lot of conversations and I ask a lot of questions that end up being episodes of the podcast. So if you ever want to get more involved and want to contribute to the shows, that's a great way. That's a great place to hang out and help contribute to making of the new episodes that I have. Number 2, please connect with me on social media. I am at The Thought Card on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I am super active on Twitter. super active on IG stories. I mean, I'm just all over the place. So definitely connect with me. And if you ever are going back and listening to episodes while we're on break for the summer, please take a screenshot of you listening to the episode and tag me. I'm at the Thought Card again. Tag me, let me know that you're listening to the episode and let me know that it's resonating with you. This really just like gives me lots of encouragement and lets me know that what we're creating here is resonating and it's just nice. I love getting sweet messages in my DMs. So thank you for that. All right, last but not least, another way that you can connect with me is to leave me a review on Apple Podcasts. It's not something that I ask very often, but we actually do have over 50 reviews at the podcast right now. And these reviews are really important because number one, it signals to potential listeners that, hey, the show is worth it. And the show, you'll learn something and you'll have fun. And there's gems to glean from it. So it's definitely a signal boost to other potential listeners. And allegedly, they say the Apple Podcast algorithm definitely favors shows that have the reviews. Leave me a review. Let me know what you liked about the show. Let me know what you'd like to hear more of. And I'll make sure to get that on the queue and on the roster for the upcoming seasons. All right. So again, those are the 3 ways you can connect with me outside of the podcast. Leave me a review on Apple Podcast. Definitely head over to Facebook and join my Facebook group, Financially Savvy Travelers, and connect with me on social. Would love to connect with you. And let me give you guys a glimpse of what I'm thinking of for season 4. So I'm not 100% yet, but I would love to focus a lot more on travel destinations. So I want to do a travel destination series and really talk about some of the destinations and talk to folks who are pretty much like experts or they live there. So I definitely have Vienna on the list, Toronto on the list, San Francisco on the list of places that I could potentially get guests for. So if you have a destination that you would like us to deep dive and talk about, definitely hit me up on social at The Thought Card or email me, thethoughtcard@gmail.com, and let me know what destination that you would like to see us talk about on the podcast for next season. All right, guys, that is all for today. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart for being a listener of the show. You all have blown me away with the interest and intrigue of how important talking about travel and talking about money is. So thank you so much for being a financially savvy traveler. Thank you so much for listening to the show. And I cannot wait to bring you guys some fresh new content for the next season. So that is all for now. I love you guys so much. And I will see you in September 10th, same time, every other Thursday, starting September 10th. Bye.